I'm Diane Wharton, one of the literacy leads at Clytha Primary School. One of our intervention programmes is One Step at a Time, which is completed with reception age children in groups of about 5, maybe up to 6 children who are identified by the class teacher as either needing some support with listening skills, children maybe that have English as an additional language, children that have speech delays or difficulties, and those children are withdrawn from class, so they're in a quiet space, and the sessions are all based on Anlock's programme of One Step at a Time. The group works on communication skills, so the conversational skills and listening skills, turn taking. The group is completed with a teaching assistant, and that is done 3 times a week, and it's 10 minutes per session a week. In terms of the resources and the lesson plans that are provided, the teacher provides the teaching assistant with the lesson plans, really detailed lesson plans. So in that lesson plan there'll be a learning objective for the session, so based on conversational and listening skills like eye contact, understanding of language used in the class. Throughout the sessions, things can be planned such as familiar rhymes, but also new rhymes, activities where children are encouraged to turn take, but also to look and observe, just developing their vocabulary. On the lesson plans as well will be the specific vocabulary that they would like to get out of the session, and some suggested games and activities they could be completing with the children, like memory games, passing the bag type games, mimes, and all the resources will be listed on that sheet as well. So we've been running One Step at a Time programme here at Clytha for over 15 years, so it's well embedded. The experienced teachers pass on the information to the teaching assistants. Teaching assistant will monitor the progress through each session and have daily sort of discussions with the class teacher to see whether or not children still need to remain, or whether additional children need to be part of the group. So the groups are very fluid. And after speaking to one of the teaching assistants today, she said there's one particular child in the group that wouldn't say a word to anybody at the beginning of the year. She wouldn't speak to anybody in the class, but now she's willing, since the introduction of One Step at a Time, she's now willing to stand up, and she'll actually share stories with the whole class. So another
The gluten, the hearing.
Oh, to the exciting bit.
This is amazing. When you were talking, Jack said, oh.
That's okay. Sometimes we forget, then we just that's why we remind ourselves, okay? Ready. So in my bag today, I got something special. Well, what I want you to do, we're going to pass it around, okay? And have a go each, taking it in turns. So we're going to put our hand in. We're not going to look. We're going to keep our eyes, because this is just about feeling. I want you to have a little feel of what you can feel in the bag. You might be able to hear something. You might be able to hear something. But what I want you to do is tell all of your friends what it feels like or what it sounds like, okay? I'm going to start with Evie, and then we're going to go to Ariana, then we're going to go to Jack, then we're going to go to Alex, then we're going to go to Omar, okay? So remember, no peeking, okay? Just having a little feel in the bag. Don't take it out. What can you feel? Tell your friends, what can you feel? Does it feel hard? Does it feel soft?
It feels hard.
It feels hard.
Maybe.
Does it make a noise?
Yes.
Wow.
My guess is a button.
Okay, we have no guesses yet. Would you like to say anything else? No? Okay.
Ariana, does it have any corners?
That's a good question. Does it have any corners?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
How many?
Oh, another lovely
4.
question. Wait a minute. How many corners? Ariana's question.
Oh.
Feels hard. Can you think of anything else? Does it feel like a toothbrush?
Yeah, a toothbrush.
Oh, did you feel something that felt like a toothbrush?
Yeah, I think something like a toothbrush too.
Oh my gosh, it's like a cube. It's got 6 sides.
6 sides.
It feels like a toothbrush. You can hear something clicking. Wow. Your hand in. Okay. Think of a different question, something or a different description, something that we haven't used.
It feels like it's hard.
Hard.
It's a tube.
Like a cube.
No, it is a tube.
Oh, it is a cube. It's definitely a cube.
And it has a toothbrush.
Think of something else because we've had all of those things.
Toothbrush. Is a button.
Is a button. Anything else?
No.
Your job is much harder actually, isn't it? Because obviously we've already had lots of description.
There are lots of different buttons on the side.
There's lots of different buttons.
How many are there buttons?
How many buttons?
7.
Maybe 7. 7.
Oh,
It's definitely 7.
And there is also something which goes this way and this way, this way and this way.
I'm going to ask Evie, what do you think it might be? Should I come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Ariana, what do you think it might be?
I don't know.
You don't know? Jack?
A toy.
A toy. You think it's a toy you've
Wait,
said?
I think it's a toy too.
Okay. And what's that? What do you think? A light switch. So you think it's got an on or off button or a light switch? Should we have a look? Oh! So you are right. It's like a fidget toy, isn't it? And there were so many things on there. So you were right. Let's have a little look. Let's sit back. Let's have a little look. So it was like a toothbrush. It did have some switches. You said it had lots of buttons.
Stories with the whole class. So another intervention programme run here at Clytha is precision teaching. So this programme has been running at Clytha for a long time, but due to staff changes, it's sort of we've reintroduced it again, if you like, this year, and it's been really successful. So the intervention builds on reading skills, so high frequency sight vocabulary, and also graphemes, so the phonics. And we target year 1 and year 2 children, again completed by the teaching assistant, but this intervention is 1-to-1 only, and it's for 4 minutes. Each session is for 4 minutes, and there's a very clear step-by-step sort of guide to how this should be completed. Again, it's completed out of the class, and it has to be in a quiet space so that there are no distractions for the child. So again, the teachers provide the teaching assistants with the target word probes based on our assessments, our high frequency word assessments, and also our phonic assessments. So some children will be looking at phonics, the phonics that they need to work on to help them obviously to build words and to read words, and other children will be working at the high frequency word level for the probes. Teachers kind of select the children based on those children that have the least known number of phonics or high frequency words on the class, or it could be those children that are making little or no progress, but also it could be those children just lacking in confidence, just need a little bit of a boost. So the session assessment is part of every single session, and it informs the teaching during the session as well. So there are 5 stages to the sessions. The first one is the placement probe to identify target words. So that begins right at the beginning of the block, if you like, of the terms block. Then the second stage is the direct teaching of the skill. So those specific words, you know, you'll be going over the flashcards and different games, highlighting target words, playing snap, reordering, cut out letters, identifying correct word from a group of 3, recording words in different ways, you know, all of those ways that we know to make learning fun. And then once that quick sort of, that's probably about 3 minutes, maybe a little bit less, not long at all quick, speedy activities. Then after that, the third stage is measuring their progress. So this is completed with the grid, where all of the high frequency words that those children need to learn are on one sheet. Obviously, so there's 50 boxes, I think. Obviously, you don't have to have 50 different words. There's probably about 5 or 6 words in each of those, and they're repeated over and over again. And the children are timed, so they have 1 minute to read all of the words in that on that table, in that probe. They start at the top left and work their way down the page until they're complete. If they get to the end, then they start back at the top, and then a score is taken, how many words they manage to read in that 1 minute timer. Then you record the score and chart the progress, and it's nice to do that with the children as well, because they like to see obviously that they are making progress, and lots of the boys particularly love the challenge of a timer. Monitoring the progress, so there's a 3-day rule. If the 50 words, if they're getting 50 words in 1 minute consistently with less than 2 errors, then you move on to the next probe after 3 days. But there's also the 8-day rule. So if they're not consistently getting their words correct, then obviously either the probe is too hard, or there are too many words or too many graphemes on the page. So you reduce the number of words or the difficulty of the words as well. So I spoke to TA earlier on today, and she said that one child in particular struggles in a busy classroom, and in the reading group, the particular reading group that she's in, distracted by lots and lots of different things, but this intervention really works for her, and we can see progress with her high frequency words because of that, you know, 4 minutes in a quiet space, just one-on-one time.
You did smash it, yeah. You are amazing. So, okay, put your balance. Are you ready? So we'll turn the timer over.
They, my horse. They, my away. They, horse, my away. They, my horse. They, my, they, away. Was, my, they, away. My, they, was, away. Was, my, away. They, was, they, was, away. My, was, away. Away. Was, they, my, away. They, away. My, was, they, my, away. They, was, my, away. They, my, was, away. They, my, away. They, was, my, away. They, away.
Wow. Take deep breaths. Okay. Go rush. Off we go. Well done. Good one. Welcome.
Fantastic. Well done, Anna. So